Previously, on Times End Tavern, Cascadia.
Yeah, so he crashes into you, you correct the wheel, and essentially his attempts to turn away are met with you continuing that turn, and you force him off the road. What you see when you drag this individual out of the car is, I would say, disarming, because it's Danny.
And he has no arms.
The hippie from the commune.
Oh.
I start checking him out. Like,
okay, yeah.
Like, how does he look? Does he seem like something's wrong with him, or?
Yes. Quick glance. He's not injured in any way. But when you notice who it is, you can see the look in his eyes. There's no recognition looking back at you. He appears to be wild in a way. Yeah. He proceeds to let you put Danny into the back of his squad car and ride with as he drives you to the clinic.
Okay. All right.
As the night wears on, I think that it's mostly uneventful. You, Ed, haven't remembered enjoying a meal in a really long time. And when you look up from the meal to take a moment to just really appreciate it, you realize you're sitting across the table from someone. And yes, you see the jukebox playing, the cars that are outside, the few of them that are outside look to be older models.
Just a fun game I just came up with. Let's pretend that we're meeting for the first time and we introduce ourselves. I'm Edmund Colby.
I'm Euphemia Colby. Nice to meet you.
1 second while I write it down.
Eddie, you're being weird. In that moment, you look outside and see a group of well-dressed looking men in black suits walking towards the door. A large one pushes the door open pretty firmly, and as people begin to whip their head around and look, you see varying degrees of panic come across people's face as the men go one by one and stand in front of every booth in the diner. The last man in shuts the diner door behind him, and and locks it, and that's when you see the panic set in with everybody. In that moment, you see the man standing in front of you, grins really widely, big toothy grin, smiles, and says, "Just stand still and you'll be fine, friend." And you watch as sets of teeth descend down.
No!
And he latches onto you. And the last thing you see before your vision fades out of this dream is your sister being ripped out of the booth and dragged away by them. As you fall into your sleep, the first thing, what's the first thing popping into Jack's brain about everything that's been going on?
I think in the dream he's back at the construction site.
Okay.
When he first got here, like
Site of his greatest failures.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Like, I don't know where it goes from there.
So, hearkening back to what you were muttering to yourself before, you're kind of trying to roll back the tape in your head to see where it all went wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what he gets out of that in a dream state,
but
yeah, like Carlos is there, and I think he'd be trying to think about Carlos, like, and I'm wondering, he's got this thing in the back of his head. He's wondering if, because he was removed from duty as soon as he asked questions about Big Sky, he's wondering if Big Sky is government related.
Yeah.
And if it is, he starts, he's thinking about Carlos, and if there's anything about Carlos that he missed when he met him.
Okay.
Like, if he seems like a fellow agent or a fellow operator of some kind, as opposed to the construction foreman that he just kind of took him as.
Oh, he was wearing a badge the whole time. How did I not see that?
Why didn't I ask about that? Okay, so as you fall into your dream state, your conscience clears and you are getting out of the truck. and walking up towards the job site for the first time. In your dream's mind, this is all fresh. You're taking in the information. In Jack's mind right now, you're standing 2 paces behind yourself, watching the scene play out in a way. Not quite repeating it in person, but again, rolling back the tape to your memories.
Jack's memory palace.
Right. Jack,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got great pancakes
As you
there.
Oh yeah. So it's like it's exact, and it's weirdly accurate. It's exactly like you remember it, but there is a backwards talking dwarf and a woman dancing in the corner.
Yes.
and one guy owes far too many fingers.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
The AI-generated dream.
Yeah.
You have to shoot the bitch.
Bitch, shoot her.
As
Woman
you
walks up, shakes your hand. I'm Laura Palmer. How are you doing?
as you're watching the scene unfold, you're watching yourself pull out your badge, and you're watching, Will begin the line of questioning with Carlos. You're watching Ed stand back nervously as Carlos is sort of staring at him, the weird, odd teenager in the background. And it occurs to you while you're doing that to really just watch him.
Yeah.
Because you already have experienced this. Carlos was spending an amount of time that you wouldn't clock in the moment, but an undue amount of quick glances sussing you guys out. He didn't just look over, greet, appropriate. He kept checking back, reading you guys, each of you, and with everything that was said, with every flow of the conversation as it happens, you notice that he seems to be tensing up a little bit more. As you guys walk away back into the truck, again, you're within this dream state, and you see him, as soon as you guys are more or less out of sight, sprint back to the work trailer. And that's where your dream ends. But that was something you did not catch the first time.
Right.
Was his tension and immediacy with all that. And when you awaken, it's still the middle of the night, and you awake to have to piss. And when you
Nice
drift,
touch, Bill.
right? Hey,
Really creating the scene for us.
and when you drift back to sleep again, you find yourself on the road in your truck. But this is a long time ago. When you're looking at your own hands, your own suit, nothing's as worn and torn and tattered. When do you think Jack first really botched a job, and how? Because this is that.
You know what? I think it was early. I think it was early on in his career, and I think it was up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I think it was, or no, not quite the Pacific Northwest.
But Greater Rockies area, maybe?
Right, Greater Rockies, like Colorado, like,
Okay.
and
Colorado, bro.
and I think it was like an early one, like probably his first like Sasquatch thing that he had to deal with, encroaching on some campgrounds. And I think he gets up there, he hunts, through the forest, he finds the area, he sees in the woods, he just takes a shot, just kills it outright.
Okay.
And I think that's when he sees that there were like a small tribe of them, like a family of them, that like he didn't clock.
Right.
And I think they regard him like he sees them like mourn
Right.
their lost loved one, but not attack and just turn away.
Right.
And I think he watches that family retreat into the woods. And I think he still loads the Bigfoot up. I think he still puts it there. I think he checks. He's like, seemingly those,
Yeah.
the Sasquatches had moved on. And he turns it in. I don't think the agency considered it a failure,
Right.
but I think it still bothers Jack.
Right. I think, yeah, it was in that moment where you realized that your job was not so black and white.
Right.
That these things aren't monsters. That
And I
they're
do
other life.
think, and in particular, I do think that's why when faced with a lot of other creatures or people,
Right.
Jack is pretty quick to choose violence. Why, when he encountered the Sasquatch,
He was not.
he wants to make sure, see what he's dealing with, see if this thing is feral or intelligent. I think that was a learning lesson for him.
Okay. Yeah, so as you play through that whole scene in your head again as the wife and children of the male Sasquatch that you just executed in cold blood in front of them.
Hell of a wedding.
Weep, yes. Weep and fall back into the woods, and you, Jack, in the moment, just kind of put that away and put it in the police report, and that becomes a craw in your existence for the rest of your career. Something that I think has presented itself maybe a few other times, but now with this level of hardship that's coming, it's brought it to the fore again. And with that, your dreams fade back for the rest of the night. Will, when you fall into your
Shake yourself.
I pull my magnum out, but there's only blanks.
I was going to say, Will goes to sleep by shaking himself to sleep. Everyone else wakes up like that. He's like, oh.
I violently shake myself to sleep.
Where
And then
am
put on
I?
my...
Tell me what I know.
Just enough time to put on my reverse CPAP machine.
yes.
We'll have to cease and answer for cigarettes.
As you fall into your dream state, the first thing that happens is, you do come in without any context or anything. Guns blazing.
Yeah.
And then your vision focuses, and you go back to the first kid cop Matthew incident.
That's what the paper referred to it as.
But it's not what has been sort of known and dealt with so far. It was the aftermath. In the moments following the initial attack, when little Matthew was harmed, you came in and attempted to save him and attempted to apprehend the bad guy. And what followed for you was a really harrowing, obviously, thing, watching this kid be touch and go.
Yeah.
What do you think, how do you think it went from that moment to your code of ethics?
Okay, so the question was what was the...
So between the onset of you being the enthusiastic runner of the Kid Cop program to
who could have known?
to now to a grizzled man who has a code of like, no, you definitely can't run a Kid Cop
Yes.
program because children's innocence has to be protected.
Yes.
How do you think that transition happened? Do you think it happened right after Matthew? Do you think it took a few more of these kids? Do you think
montage of children getting...
Well, I mean, we joke about the montage
Yeah.
of children, but I don't know if
I thought that was the case.
I don't know if it was something that it was sort of like the ball kept moving forward, and at a certain point, you're like, this is just, I can't keep doing this.
I don't know if it's wildly dark humor to show the montage, and it keeps being a new kid hired, me standing with an umbrella at this next grave site that has been dug.
Yes.
Over and over and over again. Okay,
then what was this one was too far? When did you finally decide to leave / quit the force? It doesn't even have to be particularly gruesome or whatever, but what was the final straw that made you have to just like quit the force and not deal with this anymore and go into quiet PI life?
I mean, I keep bringing up Matthew as like the real catalyst.
One of the kids was the chief's son, and so you're just blacklisted.
So yeah, I mean, was Matthew the last one then? I
Yeah,
thought
yes, Matthew.
Okay.
I think for all of the weight it's brought. He was a year away from middle school graduation, or a day away. But yes, I think
He quite literally had his whole life ahead of him.
yeah. You were too young for this shit. I think that no. What happened was there were a series of other Kid Cop proteges who came through, all of them, wildly injured on the job, utterly unequipped to handle, traumatized.
Like
yes,
across the board.
absolutely traumatized. But see, I had more of almost like a children's crusade thing in mind, where it's like the fact that they're kids means that, like, that will be a
God is with them.
kind of like it'll be a factor that will contribute
A
towards
stepping
crime
stone
going
for
down.
them.
Exactly.
Right.
But also, like, how can crime exist in a world where the children are the ones who are keeping an eye out?
It was a very high stakes version of you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you?
Yes, exactly. It's a very succinct way of putting it. And so, yes, Matthew tragically died in the line of duty, wildly under-equipped to deal with what the entirety of the program asked.
Even though they do get a gun.
enthusiastic.
Yes. Gee, mister.
It reminds me. I'm in my head. I'm picturing that scene from the Robot Chicken DC Heroes special where like everyone's fighting at the end and there's Wildcat and Darkseid and he's like, should I be fighting Darkseid? Cause I'm a guy in a cat suit.
But yeah, so after Matthew's very untimely death, I realized that the world is in fact a cruel place. That people would in fact hit a kid wearing glasses.
That was what tipped you over the edge.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, it was that whole notion of no, it's not even a safe world for children, and so the only thing I can do in this miserable little slice of pie of life I have left is to just try to protect as much of their innocence as they can. And I know it's a losing battle, but I'm gonna fight it for as long as I can.
What we didn't know as part of his backstory was that Will has never seen the news ever.
No, he just doesn't believe it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't believe everything that happens.
That's just not science.
Okay. So, as you're rolling through once again the traumatic Matthew scene, and then again the toll it took on you and the steps you took to try to change your course of action, and it set you on this current path of life. Rolling back, you fall into a new dream. You're younger yet. You're in high school, and you see some familiar faces from around town that you know now, all younger.
You've done them all.
What? Yeah, I guess that's ultimately what I am asking is, do you think that is something that, was Will a real something in high school? What do you think Will's archetype was as the school kid?
Will was a real handsome, charismatic kid, and I don't want to say he peaked around then, but it's there's one very specific person I anecdotally know in real life who I get this vibe that they had a shtick that really worked for them when they were in their mid to late 20s, and then they've just maintained doing that through their 40s and have not changed.
Hi.
Not you, but I see.
That was a hard ellipsis. That's you.
Not
quite,
you
not
per
exactly.
se.
The royal you.
But I kind of see Mark will find you as like a version of that, where like he was hot shit in like late high school, late teens, early 20s, and that worked for him, and he never unlearned, or he never learned anything else to do, even when that's no longer cute because you're grizzled and you're
When
at
eating
least, like-
cigarettes was like the bare minimum you could do to be a cool kid.
yeah maybe I see myself.
Nobody else could do this but me.
I see myself in this dream eating a cigarette to the utter entertainment of all my peers. You're the coolest person who will ever exist.
Cut to a quick scene of you throwing up in the bathroom. This is fucking gross.
Yes.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, and as you sort of run through this dream, you wake with a sort of weird feeling of levity and joy of like that guy. And then like
Sure, I caught Hep B,
the age kind of sets back in the reality of the Matthew thing and the world around you.
the
Everything
reverse CPAP machine on top of me.
right. You could notice it's no longer blowing smoke in your nose, so you're suffocating.
I load it with cigarettes like a cartridge.
Yes, light them one by one.
Yeah.
There's a little hatch. You pour your ashtray into it.
Yes.
And you come out of your dream like really thinking about that. I guess that duality, that quick ability to change when it came to the kids, but that inability to change when it came to you. And where that sort of led you in town, how you have now been doing the same thing in the same town for a long time, and you're okay, but you also still aren't really known. You haven't really, like you said, it's that you sort of get that waking feeling of, man, did I peak in high school?
Yeah.
Like, oh man. Like the professionalism of your work had been getting in the way, and in this moment you kind of think about that for a bit. So as the sun rises on the next day, you guys
We're all sad.
you got well, I mean, you have whatever you have to deal with the process with, yeah. And you get a Jack. You get a call, your phone rings. It's with the sunrise. It's maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock as it's coming across the mountaintops. You don't recognize the number. It's local to this area code.
I pick it up.
Okay. You said it was Agent Shoemaker?
Yeah, this is Jack Shoemaker.
We're calling from the clinic. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Danny didn't make it, huh?
No, he he passed a few hours ago. We attempted to resuscitate him, and it didn't do anything. If you want to come down, we can go over the tox report and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be right there.
Yeah, sorry for your loss.
Oh, it's all right. I'd only met him yesterday.
Oh, well, click.
Well, okay then.
Well, I mean, that's the last thing
yeah.
you hear is, oh, well, what? Like,
no, I'm the one that
Yeah.
hangs up.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Whatever.
The last thing you hear is, wait, what?
Exactly. No, I don't hear it because I pulled the photo. No, we're good. I'll see you soon.
It happens.
Smell you later. Click.
And you, well, what do you guys want to do? Are you going to maintain your separate status here in the morning? Do you want to meet up somewhere? What are you doing?
I mean, I think with that, I would head right to the clinic. I don't think I would wait for anybody.
Okay. And you guys,
But
I
I
mean,
could-
again, like the dreams being what they are, how you feel you have with your info, however you want to start the day.
I'll fill everybody in though. Just let them know. Hey, that hippie kid Danny, looks like he didn't make it through the night. I'm going over to the clinic now to try to see what happened.
You want us to come with?
Now, if you want to meet me over there.
I mean, after breakfast at the diner, yeah. I'll be
Ooh.
right there.
Do I have the ability to turn other people into vampires?
This is a good question, and I'm going to ask Ed. Do you think Ed has ever actually tried to do that?
No, he hasn't.
Right. So you don't know.
Hmm.
Ed doesn't know. In fact, Ed has only recently learned that like his ability seems to be fully tied into that I'm sorry thing, I think.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering if I say I'm sorry to the corpse enough, will he become a vampire? And then we can ask him questions.
I just knowing Ed and the life he's lived so far, I feel like you would know that already.
Okay. Fair enough. I tried.
I feel like you've said I'm sorry to plenty of corpses.
Yeah. That much is probably true.
Yeah.
Whether or not it worked.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you make your way over to the clinic, you are the first to arrive. Were you going to be joining? I know Will said he was going to be making his way over.
Yeah.
Or were you going to be doing your own thing?
I don't know what my thing would be because I just had this dream where I apparently was turned in the 50s as opposed to when I thought I was turned. And I can't tell if the dream is real or if my memories are messed up, but I don't know how to do anything about that right now.
Okay. So it
other
could
than-
be that you are just sitting lost in your
Yeah.
thoughts in your library for a bit then or
Other
something.
than going online and looking, I don't know, looking up, researching like Saskatoon historical records for that time, zeroing in on that time period and
Right.
trying to find like an old black and white picture of me to go like, aha, you know?
Yes. Okay. Cool. So as you
I could be doing that on my phone in the car.
right, yeah, you could be RVing over. You
Oh,
have
yes.
a vehicle.
I think I should be taking my RV places. So
Uh,
we have the library and the armory with
I
us.
guess yeah. One thing I would also say is like you moved it because you were trying to hide from Twyla, but clearly she
Oh.
found you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we now have a second vehicle, gentlemen.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, so as you pull up to the
Will, if you want to get in my vehicle, you can read all my books.
Sure.
as you walk into the clinic, you are greeted by the front desk as you hear a loud jalopy of an RV pull into the parking lot, and as you are checked in, you see Ed and Mark walk behind you.
They're with me.
I'm looking at my phone.
Okay.
Kids.
So let's go back. And the nurse guides you into the back. Says, well, when we took a look at the toxicology report last night, I mean, you said check to see if he's on something.
Yeah.
So we did take some blood and ran the report. I mean, we had nothing fresh in the system. He tested hot for cannabis, but I mean, we know
Yeah,
Danny.
it ain't
We
gonna
know
do it.
Danny. Like, yeah, that's nothing new. Nothing else was coming up in his report, and that's was really confusing to us. Given we did kind of agree, it did seem like a chemical thing.
What was the cause of death?
He appeared to have aspirated,
Hmm.
and when we did a CAT scan while he was still at least sedated, and it looked to us like his neural activity was all over the place. It looked like it was like his brain was going between alive and brain dead, like repeatedly, and that can't have been healthy for what was going on. I don't know what was firing in his brain in that moment, but clearly, given what we were seeing on the outside, it was something traumatic to him. But as of yet, we don't have a determinate cause other than the aspiration. He choked on his own spit while he was laying here, but we don't know still what caused this issue to begin with. Other than, like I said, it appears like his brain was going through a hell of something in the moments before he passed.
His lungs weren't filled with fluid by any chance, were they?
No, I mean a bit, but no more than usual. As I said, he did aspirate on his spit, so there was.
I point at you. Watch it. That's my lady. We're cool now.
I know you said he came in for regular checkups. Did he have an emergency contact, next to kin, anything like that?
Yeah, he does. He just has one of the folks up in the
Up the commune?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go contact them now.
Okay. Well, once again, sorry for your loss, and
No, it's and you haven't seen anybody else with symptoms like this around town, have you?
no, we haven't. No, this is I guess fortunately the first, because if that happens again, I don't know how we're gonna proceed. So.
Right. Well, I'll let you know if I learn anything.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate that.
And yeah, she pushes the slab back into the morgue cold box. Okay, so you guys walk out of the clinic. There's a pair of your vehicles now parked outside. What are we doing?
Shouldn't we go get the John Johnson? We gotta get John Johnson.
I
I've got to feed him to my girlfriend.
I think we got to talk to Carlos first.
I think the very first thing we need to do is go up to the commune and see what's going on.
Yeah.
For all we know,
Man, it feels like ages ago we met those hippies.
yeah, clearly something affected Danny up there, and come to think of it, I guess we can't be sure that the whole place isn't affected in some way. He might have just been the only one that got out.
It's
So
fair.
wait, so you want us to go up there where there's possibly a commune full of crazed hippies?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a plan.
Gosh, okay.
Puts 12 gauge in the gun rack.
Yep.
Yep.
Get in, bitches. We're going to a crazy hippie commune.
We ride. I mean, you can bring your RV if you want.
I will.
Okay.
No,
are you going
I'm
to follow
Will.
them?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not following us.
No.
Okay, all right.
So as you get in the truck, you drive away, and you don't look in the rear view because you assume Ed is following. Ed follows at 2 miles an hour and then pumps the brakes again and pulls back over. As you guys make your way up Lakeview Road west towards the commune, you notice for the first time that it appears like the trees on the slopes of the mountains appear to be falling into the road. With the last time you guys were down here, the road was perfectly clear. You guys had to dodge the guy with his dog, but it looks now like the trees are leaning over the road pretty distinctly.
Like they've been pushed?
Yes, or like they're moving. You wouldn't know quite how to suss that. But they're bending over the road now, looming over the road, you might say. And as you continue forward up to the commune, much like Ed clocked the night before, you notice that the entrance to the commune is no longer a very clearly maintained path, but it appears to only be about like a car width wide. You know this to be different.
Yeah.
When you drove up the last time, it was not nearly as dense. And it looks like the woods have encroached in. You can't even see any single structure until you pull basically right up to its driveway.
Yeah.
And as you get into the loop of the community, you see several of the folks pop out of their houses and walk towards you. First blush, they appear to be walking and moving normally.
Okay. I hop out. Do I recognize anybody that we talked to earlier?
The only one you recognize is Robert.
Okay. Hey there, Robert. Jack Shoemaker. We talked yesterday.
Yeah. Nice to see you guys again. What?
Um,
The hospital just called.
yeah, I wanted to
Danny.
come up and give my condolences. Something happened with Danny. Do you know anything about what happened to him last night?
He glances up into the woods. Since you guys visited, things have gotten really tense out here. Here, take a look. And he walks with you over to the, whatever you want to call it, communication area where they had been leaving gifts and the Sasquatch had been doing the same. You see that the little stone semicircle structure that the hippies had built has been smashed to bits on the ground. You can see that one of the trees that was nearby has been ripped and smashed on top of it. And you can see that another tree has been felled and thrown across the road to block the way beyond that point. I said, late last night, I guess, we heard a lot of commotion. By the time we came out, we just saw them storming off into the woods again. But they just wrecked everything on the way, and I guess Danny was the first one to see it because he came running over, panicking and screaming and gibbering, and before too long, he was just a mess. So I told him he might want to go down to the hospital and get himself medicine or something to calm down, and it's the last I heard from him. I don't know what you guys did with those awakened ones out there, but they're not happy at all.
Yeah,
at all.
Negotiations did not go as I might have liked.
Flashback.
Look, I'll be honest with you. That's why we're doing our level best to try to get this situation sorted out. But if there is any information you can give me that you haven't given me up to this point, now would be the time to give it to me, because we're going to have to start taking actions, and I don't want to go into this ill-informed.
Yeah, that's fair. Roll to manipulate someone.
Oh, it's a 9.
9? Yeah, mixed success. Yeah, I'll let you know. Tell you what, though, we're gonna need some help kind of straightening this out. If you guys could at least help us tidy up for the next day or two.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have any experience working with affairs. I don't know what Danny has to deal with, but I know I'm not really suited to deal with that kind of stuff.
I can take care of that kind of thing. Sure.
Well, thank you. So, what else? What are you missing? I'll help how I can.
You know anything about Big Sky? Have you had any interaction with them? I mean, I know probably protesting them, but have you been able to learn anything about them that I haven't been able to?
Well, I know that was sort of the reason Danny had gotten real motivated behind getting us all going over there. He said that he had done some Googling. He had done his own research and asked his own questions. And, whenever people say that kind of thing, I write them off. But he had said that this Big Sky was bad news. And so I, took him at his word, at least in that regard. When he said we were going to protest, I figured, what the hell is going out there with some signs and doing that? But some of the things he was telling me about the people that were being harmed along the way, the things that were being revealed, maybe he wasn't full of shit. He mentioned that one town fell into complete ruin after some local spirits had overrun the town and possessed half of the folks and driven them all to madness. But, he had mentioned a lot of these jobs where Big Sky seemed to really screw over the community, and I guess I just didn't want to believe that we were going to be that too.
Unfortunately, that definitely seems to be something he was correct about.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, I guess to that end, if you need our help going forward to try to stop that, we'll be there for you if they're really this bad of a deal. I guess with the Shunka Warakin, I don't know how much you're going to be able to do with that, given they've already damaged the land so much. They might just be sort of settling the score for now.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you clearly know a bit about it. Are you able to, strange as this might sound, I think some of the other more extra normal threats that we've encountered thus far, we have been able to strike a bit of a deal with. Are you able to communicate with the Shin to see if there's some way to appease it, some deal we can make with it to mitigate the damage that's been done?
I mean, up until you guys mentioned it the other day, I had only known about the one that ever happened. That was over 100 years ago, so the fact that something brought it back, that's upsetting. I don't know what would bring something back that's been extinct for over 100 years.
And do we know how they dealt with it 100 years ago?
Farmer shot it.
I'll do it.
I was going to say, I guess that's the deal done then.
But if you're saying Big Sky is coming in and causing problems, and now this thing comes out of nowhere after a century of dormancy, maybe Big Sky did have something to do with that.
I'm thinking it's got to be connected.
Yeah.
I guess one last thing. Do you mind if I take a look through Danny's things?
No, not at all.
If he was the one that was doing the investigating?
Absolutely. Here, I'll take you to his house.
Thank you.
Yeah, he walks you up to a small little cottage. As you go in, you see a pretty well lived in space, covered, hanging plants. Every window, every open space is it's lush with life in here. Pretty cluttered, smells of patchouli and other hippie scents, but also appears to be like well maintained. It's not messy, it's just full. And looking through the desk area where he has more relevant stuff, you see a few of the notes that seem to match, and in fact you see that a few of them are articles by P. Pancakes in the newspaper that he had cut clippings from her research that she had done into Big Sky.
Super hot.
He was using as backup. But then you also see he has printouts from Google articles from local newspapers all up and down the Rockies. And in every single case, Big Sky Enterprises came in and wreaked havoc, and a National Enquirer headline was generated from some of the news, and then they moved on. In every single case, including some that look like the projects barely got off the ground. It seemed like every community has fallen apart. You then see he has some printouts that have weird codes on the bottom, not HTTPS : //
Yeah.
but a bunch of hexadecimal. And it's at this point you realize that Danny started doing some dark web digging as well. And he found information that led to...
I knew we should have looked on the dark web.
Pass.
Darkweb.com.
he found a lot of money that flowed from federal infrastructure grants and programs into Big Sky's development. It immediately clicks to you that you were cut off of your government job minutes after making that connection.
Yep.
So you're immediately suspect now of your employer.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the thing. I'm just they're coming for. Are those grants? Are they USDA grants? Or
there are several that are. There are other ones that were just like part of the bipartisan infrastructure bill and things like that. But a lot of the money that's going
Not the
through,
Biff.
right? I know. The American Recovery Plan. I know all of these things were. But yes, you do see a lot of USDA grants for resource development and extraction projects that then have gotten flipped into these things. So
Hold on a second, Bill. Are you trying to tell me that the United States government is in bed with big business for the express purpose of
unleashing
of-
Lovecraftian horror?
Well, I was going to say of taking advantage of destroying property and taking advantage of things for their own benefit. But yeah, that too.
And-
I mean,
oh yeah,
I was
cultural
making a
cultural exploitation, you name it.
I was making a general purpose about what Bill's whole deal is.
oh, I know.
Yes, yes. But yes, well, you don't have the full proof.
Right.
It seems pretty clear to you that there is a connection here, that your suspicions were correct. Yeah, there's something off with what Big Sky is doing, and it seems like the government is directly involved. Beyond that, you just see some other notes and a personal journal that he had kept that was with all this stuff.
Yeah.
A quick perusal shows you that it's not every day. It's not his daily journal. When you start flipping through a couple days, it occurs to you that it's a log. He's keeping track of every time the Sasquatch is visited in town. And he has a little write-up about the experience, most of them pretty mundane. Exchange of goods, basic eye contact, hand touch. This one was, children came along, longer gift exchange, short playtime, contact, departure. And then you see a couple months ago, near the end of the summer, you see notes that say, visit today seemed short, no contact. then you see a little further along, distressed look, no family, no contact. You start to notice that over the past several months that their behaviors had been changing, and Danny had been clocking that as well. It seems like if you guys hadn't show up, Danny was going to try to be the guy who figured all this out in town, and that something or someone has now just pushed that too far, and now he's cut out. And that's his log ends from a couple days ago, and it just said brief contact, unhappy, and that was it. And now you see how it was left today.
And all the information he collected. Does he have any information about Carlos?
All you see related to that are a few notes on, like, tying back, sort of to the extent that you have it. He has things that say Carlos ? And then articles clipped to things. Carlos ? Articles clipped to it. But he doesn't have any connections, from what you can tell. He was, I guess, running up into some roadblocks in his own rights. So,
okay, good. I mean, I take that stuff.
Okay.
Get that together. I come out and say to Robert, I'll go back into town. We're gonna get I'll get Danny's affairs in order today. Make sure that that's all taken care of. You know, he had any family or anybody else we need to contact, or?
oh, geez.
I mean, I'll reach out to them too if you do. I didn't see anything in there.
No, yeah, he didn't. If he had a family, he didn't talk much about them. He talked much more about our community here and how they were his family.
Sure, yeah.
So, I think that's, I think we're all he had, unfortunately. So,
Well, I'm very sorry for your loss.
thank you. Well, I hope he's at peace, and I hope. Did you see him?
I did. I mean,
He was not at peace.
if it's any comfort, I was at least able to make sure I got him to the clinic instead of having him spend a night in lockup. But
Well, that is comforting. Yeah. If he was going to die, better not to die in prison.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
my thinking.
Yeah.
That's my grandpappy always told me.
He died in
Flashback to your
prison.
grandpappy shaking you by the shoulders. Don't go to prison.
And if you do, don't die there, for God's sake.
I was gonna say, cut to Will's grandfather and the weatherman.
Yes.
Holding you up like in the air,
Yeah.
like just waving you like your little legs.
Yeah, I'm like 9 years old.
Yeah.
But my face still looks grizzled.
Shoot the bitch.
You have to shoot the bitch, my boy. Shoot the bitch.
It's a circle of life.
He wasn't all there in the end, but
But that stuck with me.
That's why I was so triggered when you were
Yeah,
down there
yeah.
shouting it up at me.
Yeah. It's like,
Yes, perfect. Ties all together.
yeah. Then we get in the truck and we
Okay.
head out.
Okay. So yeah, you guys get back in the truck and begin to depart. Ed, what are you doing?
I would peeled off to drive around town looking for Carlos's vehicle.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's roll to investigate a mystery. Plus sharp.
It's plus sharp. Yeah.
What are you? 0 sharp? 1 sharp?
0 sharp.
7. Mixed success.
Yeah. That's not terrible.
Mixed success.
I would take the mixed success because that means if you can
I
find
know,
it.
but
He wants to run through statistically half his luck in one episode.
well, no, because it's more like in my head. Again, we're playing a game, but in my head, the scene is like I'm starting to lose it a little bit.
Right.
So I'm.
Oh, so it does a
I'm
decision
figuring
if you want to be
if
reckless.
I took the luck, that would.
See, but I would go the other way. If you're starting to lose it, take the mixed success, see what the mix is, and then take the more reckless option.
All right,
That's how I would play it.
Right. Okay.
I'll do that.
So you begin cruising around town in your RV and you look around the neighborhoods for whatever might be, a Big Sky Enterprises truck. As you are crawling through town, you notice a lot of people looking over at the only RV in town, driving through town. And you also see that all of the people walking their pets, every time you get near them, the dogs start barking and pulling at your RV. And once they do, they seem to stay sort of out of control for a little bit. As you turn around the corner and head away from Luke Eston's house down the street, you see roughly where you saw the police car last night. And you see marks on the ground. They look to be...
You are.
Hey-ho.
Not yet.
Scorches or some sort of burn marks on the ground that look to you like someone had attempted to set a bonfire on the road, maybe? Maybe a vehicle caught fire, but it's a pretty contained burn mark on the ground. And as you look around further, you can see that, again, now everyone on this block is looking at you. But you also see that at the end of the driveway is the Big Sky Enterprises truck. So you appear to be in front of Carlos's house. But there are probably half a dozen people in the street staring at you right now.
So the mixed part is I'm noticed.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? Considering what I had in mind, I don't necessarily think that's a hindrance to him.
Okay.
I don't think he's thinking like that.
This is
currently.
the reckless part.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't think he's
Okay.
thinking like that currently.
All right. So, yeah, I think you pull your RV over, you get out, you park, you see children who are playing stop and stare at you. You see the adults who are watching the kids stop and stare at you as you make your way up the driveway and past the truck towards the house. What's your approach?
I knock.
Okay.
Not like politely though.
Yeah.
Okay. So you give a cop knock,
Aggressive.
a nice
Yeah,
cop knock.
Like a what? Not even that. Like a creepy knock. Like a knock.
Way too
knock.
slow.
Yeah.
A John Waters knock.
I have a pencil thin mustache now.
Hello. Okay.
I go to the library to use the internet for various
You-
purposes.
You do the hard, slow knock, and you hear a creak from some of the floorboards in the house inside, getting slowly closer to the door, and you can kind of sense that you're being peeked at through the peephole.
Carlos, it's Ed Colby. We met the other day a few times. I have some questions for you.
I think because it's Ed and only Ed, you hear of a hammer on a pistol being pulled back.
Okay, and I smash the door in.
Okay, roll to kick some ass on that door.
Yeah, fuck that door up.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's doing something he's good at.
Yes. So you kick the door with all of your might and are almost immediately met with the resistance of a Carlos. But you have enough force of foot and force of will, and I don't know if he was expecting it. So in that moment, you floor him. You feel and hear the sounds of a refrigerator man smashing into the ground. In that same moment, you hear as a shot fires off and hits the ceiling in his house.
Can we cut back to the pickup truck? Me and Will driving back down the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know, maybe this doesn't even work, but Jack, he's thinking about everything he just saw, everything he read, the dream he had last night, and he reaches over, he picks up his phone, and he calls Allison.
Okay.
Does Allison pick up?
Is this Allison's work phone?
No.
You have Allison's cell phone? Yes.
Jack, I think you've called this number once. What's up, man?
Hey, Allie. Yeah, sorry to bother you. I just wanted. This isn't. I understand. I'm suspended. This
Yeah.
isn't Special Agent Jack Shoemaker calling.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
calling
you
in a
called
work
my-
capacity.
Yeah, you called my phone. I appreciate that.
I was just wondering. I'm not gonna lie though. It's work adjacent. Could you do me a favor?
What is it, Jack?
I need you to when you get into work, give a call upstairs. Let them know that not Special Agent Jack Shoemaker, but just Jack would like to speak to John Johnson.
Oh, boy. I mean, I will see. Roll to manipulate someone.
No, it's a 3.
You said work adjacent, Jack.
You know what? I'm burning a luck on this one.
If only because it's very dramatically. It's
Yeah,
very
so
undramatic to be like, let's end with this.
Yeah, can we
Do this cool thing and nothing.
Yeah, can we? Yeah,
Never
exactly.
mind.
I gotta burn the luck on that. Okay. And here's the thing: I don't think it's not going to be very difficult for you at all to increase my red tape with that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, no, because now I want to burn my luck for the door kicking down.
Perfect.
Next
I'm making you use your resources. I'm happy.
Let's go back and do this all over again and do these 2 scenes over again.
But yeah, let them know that Jack would like to speak with John Johnson.
Oh, God, Jack.
Please, Allie.
I will see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. You're lucky I like you. Ah.
Well, I mean, Al, you're my best friend. I mean,
Really?
yeah,
I'm your best friend?
yeah. Why?
I'm sorry, Jack.
These
There,
happy
there.
days are yours
Yeah.
and mine. Happy days.
Perfect.